Yeah, please.
That's better.
Yep.
How you going, sister? Good to see you, darling. Yeah. I'm sitting down, I can't get it. Can she see me in that camera?
There's mirrors everywhere. I don't know who can see who.
No, you're a bit far back.
I'll be a bit far back. I'm sitting next to your brother, hiding up the back.
Me.
Yeah, you.
This is better.
Oh, that seat's more comfy. Oh, with me. Go and get it. That one. Well, there's Jimmy. Welcome everybody to the praise session.
Yay.
Hope you've had a lovely week.
Yes.
It's time to sing. It's time to praise. Let's go for it.
Come with your mates.
Come with your mates, mates. Here we go. Enter his gates. Come with your mates. Enter his gates with praise. Come into his courts with happy thoughts. Enter his courts with praise. Enter his gates. Enter his gates. Come with your mates. Enter his gates with thanks. Come into his courts with happy thoughts. Enter his courts with praise. This is the day that Yahuah has made. Sing and rejoice, gladly lift up his name. Gracious is he, gracious is he, blessed are we, soon we will see our King. So come down, rejoice, lift up a voice, open your heart and sing. Gracious, gracious is he, blessed are we, soon we will see our King. So come now, rejoice, lift up a voice, open your heart and sing. This is the day. This is the day that Yahuah has made. Sing and rejoice, gladly lift up his name. His name. He is good. He is good. He is good. He is good. Yahusha is good. Great is his loving kindness forever. Yahusha is good. He is good. He is good. He is good. Yahusha is good. Great is his loving kindness forever. Yahusha is good. He is good. He is good. He is good. Yahusha is good. Great is his loving kindness.
are so good. Your loving kindness is amazing. It just overwhelms us, and we're coming into your presence this evening and just loving you with all our hearts. Just bless this time to each one here, and thank you, Yahusha, that we can even do this and we know you. Thank you that we know you. We've tasted of you. We just love you so much.
Now's the time to celebrate His righteousness and joy. Now's the time to celebrate and make the joy of the Lord. Now's the time to multitude of nations, with a call, a mission to accomplish. Loving kindness shadows over prison door. Our life, we're gonna be running through the midnight. The lamb, our life, Yahusha is keeping us out just right. The lamb, our life, the hating the Torah makes us shine bright. The lamb, our life, we're gonna need the Lord to be the bridegroom. Yahusha is coming soon. So fill up your man, a cry goes out, the portal is open. Connect with him, Yahuah's reign's coming. Oh, taste and see, Yahusha will suit you. Prepare and clothe you, ready for the wedding feast. Oh, 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 Lamb of life, we're gonna be running through the midnight. The Lamb of life, Yahusha is keeping us out just right. The Lamb of life, leading the Torah makes us shine bright. The Lamb of life, we're gonna need the Lord to meet the bridegroom. Yahusha is coming soon. The Lamb of life, the Lamb of life, the Lamb of life. Oh my people, you've forgotten me. burning incense in my idolatry. Stand in the way and see, in peace and light will be. Turn my people from your wicked ways. You have stumbled into deep decay. Repent and turn your heart, a fresh brand new clean start. Return to the ancient path. Return to me. Return to the ancient path. Return to me. I came only in my Father's will. Prophets and laws I came to fulfill. I brought up new relief. I came to bring relief. So come into such a sweet romance. Bring your life in to this lover's dance. I love you all so much. I know you want my touch. Return to the ancient path. Return to me. 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 Return to me. Return to the ancient path. Return to me. Next one, Don. And these are the days of your servant Moses, righteousness being restored. And though these are days of great trial, of famine and darkness and wars, still we are the voice in the desert, crying, prepare for Yahusha's return. Behold, he comes, riding on clouds, shining like the sun, and the trumpets call. Lift your voice, it's near unto the King, and down in Zion's hill, now the bridegroom comes. Oh, he comes. These are the days of Ezekiel, the dry bones becoming as flesh. And these are the days of your servant David, building a temple of praise. And though these are days of the harvest, the fields are as wide in your world, still we are the laborers in your vineyard, preparing Yahusha's return. Behold, he comes, riding on a cloud, shining like the sun, and the trumpet call. Lift your voice, year of Jubilee, and down in Zion's hill, now the bridegroom comes. There's no one like Yahusha. 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 There's no one like There's no one. There's no one like Yahusha. There's no one like Yahusha. No one like Yahusha. Behold, he comes. This is our great expectation. This is what we live for. This is what we're dying for. Going on a path with great pressure for, hard pressed for this great expectation that you've given us, Yahusha. And we're just so thankful that you've opened this. It's almost like a secret portal experience to us. Because even those who we can tell, many aren't interested. And we're just so grateful that for some reason you've put in us this hunger that we've never been able to quench in the world. And you're starting to quench it and satisfy us. And we just want more and more. I know I do. I just want more of you. More of the world is just becoming more and more just hideous and less appealing, and just want you, Yahusha. And this is why, because I want to see these angels. I want to see the dimensions rip open. I want to see this world be destroyed. I want to see it because it means that everything was worth it. And it means that I was right to follow you and to listen. And no matter what anybody says, I hang on to you. Brothers and sisters, we all need to hang on to Yahusha's voice no matter what is in our face, no matter what we see surrounding us. Because one day the whole world will see this and it'll be too late. And he's given us an opportunity. And we're so grateful, Yahusha. So be it. This is going to open our eyes big time. Got it there? There's already a clue there of what we have to go through. If we want that, we got to have this. Yeah? It's all combined. Yeah? Yahusha showed us the way. That's enough spoilers. Let me find my screen. This one. Yeah. Okay, so the word crown in a Hebrew understanding, I think we all know what a physical crown is, yeah? They wear on their heads, royalty. But in the Hebrew understanding, it goes a lot deeper. A crown is scattering to make a border moulding, or a chaplet. I had to look that up. That's beads. You know, in tribal places they put beads around their heads and things like that. Catholic Church puts beads and does things with beads. A garland, didn't know what that was either. That's a wreath, all with leaves, as spread around the top of the head. To enclose, this is where it gets interesting, to enclose a circlet, a crown or a diadem. This is a crown. To crown, or in a hostile way, to circle and besiege, attack for protection. To wait as restraining or controlling oneself. To suffer. That was where the other crown of thorns came in. To suffer. Similar to being cornered. I added this bit. Similar to being cornered but with no corners and no escape. So if you're being encircled, there's no escape. So it's like being cornered with no corners. Something or someone set apart, abstractly like the dedication of a priest or a Nazarite. Separation. A turn of affairs, like a mishap. The crown of the head as the part most bowed. Crown of the head, 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. Scalp, top of the head. To vanquish, to rule. Crown, make princes, have power, to reign. That's mine.
Is the Bluetooth kicking in and out?
Oh,
Let's turn that off. We don't need that anymore. So that gives you some understanding. There's some behaviours in there. There's some experiences in there. Let's go on. To summarise this, if you were to take your hands and just, like, see that guy there with his chips on the table? In the movies where they take all their chips, these are mine.
That's what crowning someone is like. You're like taking them and surrounding them. You know, when they put crowns on their heads, they take them and they put them on their heads. Yeah? They're making that motion with their hands. Well, that's what this whole idea, if you get that idea, that's what crowning means. Imagine something or someone being encircled or surrounded for an already determined purpose. And you get the visual idea behind a crown. Armies surrounding for destruction or gathering up your chips at the casino, as if to say, these are mine. It's a symbolic circular motion. And that's what's happening to us. He's encircling us, crowning us, saying, these are mine for a certain reason. I've got certain plans for this one and this one. He's taking them and he's separating them to himself. So, in the scripture understanding, James 1, blessed is the man who endures trials, for when he has been proved, he will receive the crown of life, which the Master has promised those who love him. So this kind of sounds like something that we're going to get at the end, doesn't it? A reward. So this word crown has many different levels. It's an experience and also a reward. Let's go on. And when the chief shepherd appears, you will receive the never-fading crown of esteem. What could that be? 2 Timothy 2 and a bit of 4. No one serving as a soldier gets involved in the affairs of this life in order to please him who enlisted him as a soldier. And if anyone competes in a game, he's not crowned unless he competes according to the rules. There's no cheating. For the rest, there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Master, the righteous judge, shall give to me on that day, and not to me only, but also to all those loving his appearing. So we get an idea. This crowning is going to happen at the end. Revelation 2 and a bit of 3. Do not be afraid of what you are about to suffer. The word suffer was in the Hebrew understanding too. Don't be afraid of what you are about to suffer. See, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison. It doesn't say Yahusha is going to throw you in prison, does it? It says the devil. Devil has, as we've been discussing the last couple of weeks, devil's got lots of rights on this earth, but he can't kill us. He's got rights to do stuff to us. And it says here, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison in order to try you, and you shall have pressure 10 days. But be trustworthy until death, and I shall give you the crown of life. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the assemblies. He who overcomes shall by no means be harmed by the second death. Behold, I am coming soon. Hold fast what you have, so that no one may seize your crown. He says, hold fast what you have, so that no one may seize your crown. Does that mean seize your crown at the end, or seize your crown now? How can someone seize your crown if you don't get it until the end? Now this could be taken literally, because all his disciples were killed. They were thrown into prison. They were tried. They had pressure. How many days? Who knows? But I'm looking at this differently, going, the prison. What's the prison? What are we going through? What's the pressure? What's the death that we have to go through? Let's look at this abstract. This death that we have to go through, some of us might be physically killed, but I'm looking at it like we have to die. And death is agony. But I'll give you the crown of life, he says. Life. The author of life. The word of life. The bread of life. The tree of life. The crown of life. The ultimate reward for those who endure the trials is Yahusha. He sets us apart for the purpose of conquering us and inhabiting our vessel, training us to walk as he did, as a humble servant, and that's where bowing the head comes in the Hebrew understanding. Yahusha wore a crown of thorns, which they hammered into his scalp right before his death, showing us just how far we must go in this deathly process of shedding the self. None of us have gone as far as he went. He's showed us what death really is, what dying to the self really is. Yeah? So, just the whole idea of being surrounded to conquer, because that's what the Hebrew understanding meant, to be surrounded. To be crowned is to be surrounded. Like when they're out on a stakeout and they say, you're surrounded, come on out, you better surrender. There's no way out, you better surrender. You're surrounded. That's us. We're surrounded. If we're crowned, we're surrounded. For when Yahusha returns, it will be as a conquering king, ready to fully consummate and reward all willing participants who are adopting and growing in the right behaviour and attitude towards this process of testing and trial. A crown will be given, but not only at the end. The rewards start right here in this life. For the more we shed of this dirty dimension, the more immortal life, the crown of ownership, we put on. And it's a real, tangible feeling and existence that any willing participant can achieve. Of course, the choice is ours. So there will be rewards at the end, but you can start tasting them right here and now through the portal with Yahusha. So to be crowned is to be chosen and surrounded, so it's best to surrender. He's on his loudspeaker, yelling at us, going, you're surrounded, come on out. With your hands up, you best surrender. Otherwise, it's like being immersed for deliverance. We get immersed to be delivered, but that's only the start of the deliverance process. We get immersed it's like the crown is him. He is the crown. We get a little bit of him, we get a little bit of crown, a little bit of life. And what we do with it is up to us. If we want to partake fully of the wedding, partake fully of being crowned, at the end. So that's the message, guys. Yeah? Yeah.
Great message, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I didn't know that's what crown meant. No. Hey, what? Oh, no, mate.
7:52. 7:52.
Any other questions other than the time?
What were you guys talking about? Obviously.
We were talking about the crown of life that Yahusha gives you when you behave yourself. Right, guys. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for joining us. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Yerusha.
Sing to Yahuah, make music to his name. Pay attention, O Yisrael, for my heart beats. Come on, let's sing. Sing to Yahuah, sing it loud. Make music to his name. Make music to. Pay attention, O Yisrael. Pay attention. My heart beats just for him.